Well, guys, I'm really at a loss for words right now. DFS, sometimes you just run into the worst luck, and I'm on that streak right now, and it sucks. Um, First, Harden, right? I talked about him. I played him the first 3 nights. I talked about how much I loved him, and the breakout game's coming. When he's shooting well, he's going to have a great game. I really like that Houston-Washington game and the Golden State Phoenix game. I was going back and forth with which one I wanted to stack with Harden and Beal versus this Golden State Sacramento game. I ended up going with this game because I liked a couple more secondary pieces in the Golden State Phoenix game compared to the Houston Washington game. I really only liked Harden, Beal, and Thomas Bryant. And I kind of wanted a full game stack for GPPs, so I went with Golden State Sacramento. And yeah, like I said, when you play Harden the first 3 games of the season and then finally fade him tonight and he goes off tonight, that's number one why I'm tilting hard. Number two, yeah, you guessed it, Steph Curry, injured. So back-to-back injuries for me. Trae Young last night, Steph Curry tonight. And then if you guys follow me in the preseason, I had a stretch of 4 straight nights of injuries. Now, I'm not going to talk about in this video for 10 minutes complaining, but really, like, I feel like I've gotten the worst luck this past week and a half, man. Like, I'm to my breaking point, right? I am like super, super frustrated. And then to top it all off, right? Golden State getting blown out at home. Like, that just rubs salt in the wound. It was like a 4-point spread, and Phoenix is just running away with it. So most likely these guys aren't even going to get any fourth quarter run. I'm already not going to cash because of Steph Curry getting injured, but that's just salt in the wound, right? I am very, very angry. Probably not going to sleep tonight. But let's go over my lineup. Terry Rozier was a guy I really liked there at 6.2K and a great matchup. This is another game I liked as part of a game stack because everyone was so cheap. I played Rashawn Holmes and Bielitsa in the late slate. I like those guys a lot with when Harry Giles got ruled out. But yeah, this is my final lineup here. Booker, Bogdanovich was a value guy I talked about I liked. Noel was my favorite value play of the night. Was only 43% owned on this slate. Don't really understand that. I thought he should have been a lot higher owned. You guys knew he was my favorite play of the night. I talked about him, Bogdanovich, and Marcus Smart with my 3 favorite value plays. All 3 were great. Marcus Smart was really solid too. Bogdanovich was good. And then Nerlens Noel crushed it. And it's just my game stack probably not going to work out here with Golden State just getting destroyed. So, like I said, the whole Harden thing with me playing in the first 3 games and then finally fading him tonight when he goes off, and I knew the good game was coming, and then another injury too. Like, I just pray that I get a little bit of luck on my side tonight because the bad luck that I've gone through the past couple weeks is just, it's terrible. Like I said, I'll always be open and honest with you guys, but man, it's been brutal, the luck I've gotten. But yeah, let's hopefully, please, no injuries or bullshit in the slate, please. But yeah, 3-game slate here. Let's get into it. So first we'll talk about the over-unders and the spread. Miami, Atlanta, San Antonio, and the Clippers, and then Denver and the Pelicans not on this, or it's not listed currently yet. So Miami, Atlanta listed 216.5. Miami favored by 6.5. Spurs, Clippers at 225.5 with the Clippers favored by 5. And then Pelicans again. Pelicans Nuggets not listed, but I assume it's going to be pretty high because it's the Pelicans, right? So we'll just go team by team since it's a small slate. And so we'll start with Miami here. It's the same exact matchup here as Tuesday. If you guys watched my Tuesday video, I really liked a lot of those Miami guys. Doesn't really change here. I still like them a lot here. Again, the slight concern is there's blowout risk and no Trae Young, right? The spread was only surprisingly at 6.5. I thought it would be a little bit higher. I think if I was a betting man, I would bet Miami, but that's just me. Jimmy Butler at 8.2K. I think it's listed fairly. He had, not a super great game, but he was solid, 34 fantasy points in 31 minutes. Don't mind him here at 8.2K. Bam Adebayo is a guy I've been all over this season. The price is slightly coming up on him, but I still do like him in a great matchup. Again, he's a guy that will fill up the stat sheet, will get you blocks, steals. So I do like him here once again. Winslow's a guy I'm probably going to avoid on the slate. With Jimmy Butler back, he just kind of took a back seat offensively. I know he had 3 really good games there with no Jimmy Butler, but with Jimmy Butler back again, he kind of just stood in the corner. I was watching that game, so Don't know if I want to pay 6.7K for wins, though. Now, guys off the bench like Dragic and Hero are going to be aggressive. They're going to shoot the ball a ton. Again, the matchup's really good. The price is fair on these guys. So, yes, definitely Dragic and Hero, 100% viable off the bench. I still like Nunn starting here at 5.6K. Probably going to play like 30 minutes like you saw in that last game. And he's the guy that will be aggressive when he's out there as well, right? 18, 17, 17, 18 shots. He's going to shoot the ball a ton. He'll get you some blocks and steals. Again, I really like the matchup. So there are a lot of appealing guys here in this mid-range. Hero, Dragic, Kendrick Nunn, Tyler Hero. Olynyk and Myers Leonard are okay. I think I prefer some other value plays on the slate, but they're not out of play if you really feel strongly about those guys. But that's kind of it for Miami. So let's move on to Atlanta. So the big news obviously is no Trae Young. He's going to be out for a little bit here. So John Collins is going to be the go-to guy at 8.3K, but DraftKings did a good job. They raised his price. He was 7.3K last game. They raised him $1,000. If Atlanta's going to stay close, it's probably going to have to be because of a big game from John Collins. So I think he's priced fairly with a little bit of upside. Alex Len at 5K, just not playing he's not playing big minutes. Like, I need him to play 25 to 30 minutes. They're rotating Fernando in there. They got Damian Jones. They'll run some small ball. John Collins, 5. So at 5K, I don't think I want to target him in like 18 minutes. Now, these secondary pieces are interesting because Trae Young being out, that's a lot of usage to go around. So Hunter, Bembry, Reddish, Jabari Parker, Kevin Huerter, Vince Carter even, Tyrone Wallace picked up some minutes. All these guys are in play. Now, I think my favorite would be DeAndre Bembry. I think there's a decent shot he could start at point guard, and he's a guy that will fill the stat sheet. Evan Turner also listed as doubtful, so that's another guy that's not going to be in the rotation most likely. So I do like DeAndre Bembry a good amount. You can look to Hunter too at 4.8K. Will probably have to shoot the ball more here with no Trae Young. Cam Reddish, the price came up on him a bit. He really did not look good. Still got 21 fantasy points in 26 minutes, but he looked terrible if you watch the game. So I don't know if I want to play 4.6K for Reddish. Jabari Parker at 4.3K is viable. I don't think the minutes necessarily go up for him because he's more of a big guy, right? They're probably going to go up for some of these guards. Kevin Huerter, if he's off that minutes limit, I would like him, but I think they're going to continue to hold him to a 20 minutes limit. So unless we hear otherwise, I just think he's okay. Vince Carter, even at 3.1K, maybe picks up a few extra minutes. I don't know if I would go there. Tyrone Wallace, that could start at point guard. He got a little bit of run too, so we'll see. But yeah, like as of right now, again, I'm going to wait for the starting line for Atlanta, but I think my favorite plays being, Collins at the top, and then a guy like DeAndre Bembry, I think those two would probably be the ones I feel the most confident in for Atlanta right now. So let's move on to Denver. If you guys watch my videos, you know I love targeting players against New Orleans. That's not going to change tonight. Derek Favors, listed as doubtful. So the Pelicans' active bigs are Jahlil Okafor, Nikola Melli, and Jackson Hayes. This is the blow-up spot for Jokic. There's really not a whole lot of studs in the slate. He's my favorite by far. I love the upside. I think this is a game where he could put up 60, even 70 fantasy points. Like, no one can stay with him. It's just whether or not, can the Pelicans keep it close? I think there is, a decent shot because it's at home. But yeah, I love Jokic here at 10K. I think the only really way he doesn't get you there is the blowout or foul trouble. Now, Jamal Murray, the price is not moving on him. I know back-to-back kind of off games, but this is just such a good spot. And again, the price is fair. We know he has like 40, 50 fantasy point upside when he's hot, right? So I want those guys on a short slate that have a lot of upside. So I really do like Jamal Murray there. Paul Millsap actually did flash a little bit of upside with Jokic in. Again, normally he's a guy that I kind of go to when Jokic is out. But again, 35 fantasy points. The matchup's good. The price is solid. So I actually think Millsap's okay. I do like a lot of these Denver guys. Gary Harris would probably be my least favorite starter just because he's a little more scoring dependent. Did put up 31 fantasy points in the last game, but I think I would prefer other starters. Like I would prefer Will Barton here at 5K. He's just a little more aggressive offensively. Gary Harris is kind of more a stand in the corner, shoot threes guys. Barton will be a guy that can take over games at times. And again, the matchup is great. Like I said, I like a lot of these Denver guys. And the cheapies, a couple of guys I like off the bench here being Mason Plumlee and Malik Beasley. Now, Plumlee, not a guy that's going to play huge minutes, probably 15, maybe 20. But at 3.4K, he doesn't need a whole lot to get you there. And he's a guy that will be, will fill up the stat sheet when he's out on the court. And then Malik Beasley as well, 3.3K. Kind of got limited minutes-wise, but he picked up 5 fouls in 14 minutes. I think if he stays out of foul trouble, plays closer to 20 minutes, he's another guy that will shoot the ball a decent amount. He's out there, right, 6'11", 6'8 times when he's playing limited minutes. So Beasley and Plumlee, I think, are solid value plays. Craig, I don't know if I would go there. Monte Morris, I don't think the minutes are high enough on him. Jeremy Grant's okay. I think I would slightly prefer Plumlee and Beasley for the price savings, but Jeremy Grant definitely viable as well here at 4K. So yeah, overall, I like a lot of these Denver guys because of the matchup. So the two teams I want a lot of pieces to are Denver and Miami, just because they're in the best spots matchup-wise. So if we move on to the Pelicans, Jrue Holiday looks like he's going to be probable, so he should be good to go. 8.8K feels like a lot to pay for Jrue Holiday, especially in this matchup. So probably going to be a guy I pass on. Ingram has been really playing well, him and Lonzo, with Jrue Holiday missing those last couple of games. Now, I don't think we can expect him to be putting up 50, 60 fantasy points a night. He's definitely going to take a hit, fantasy-wise with Jrue Holiday back, but I still think he's in play at 7.9K, and there's not a lot of studs to spend up for on the slate. Lonzo Ball, again, takes a slight hit here with Jrue back. I still think in a close game, plays 30, maybe 35 minutes. He will fill up the stat sheet, and he has the best matchup on the Denver side, right? Jamal Murray, probably the weak spot defensively, so I do kind of like Lonzo in the mid-range there at 6.9K. Josh Hart, I don't think I want to go there with Jrue Holiday being back. Favors, again, listed, he's doubtful, so don't expect him to go. NAW, still tilting from that on Saturday, honestly, when he put up 2 when I played him, and then the next game he puts up 36. So only really for GPPs there. JJ Redick, 2-score independent. Kenrich Williams, I think is a solid value play at 3.8K. Again, Denver likes, they run big, so I think Kenrich Williams will be asked to play some decent minutes. I do kind of like him as a cheap option. And then the 3 bigs, Okafor, Melli, Jackson Hayes, 100% in play because Denver runs big. So they're going to have to probably have one of these 3 out there in the court at all times. I think my favorite and the most popular would be Okafor, just because he has the best offensive game of the 3. So I think he has the most upside. Now, obviously, there's foul trouble risk. There's foul trouble risk on all 3 of these guys. But at 3.4K, doesn't have to do a whole lot to get you there. So I think he would be my favorite. Jackson Hayes looked pretty good in a limited time. Played 24 minutes, got 28 fantasy points. He doesn't really have the best offensive games, kind of more of a putback guy. But again, he could be asked to play some solid minutes, so he's definitely in play. And same thing with Melli here at 3.4K. I think the minutes go up on him a bit. So that's kind of my thoughts here for the Pelicans. Each one more Frank Jackson. Don't think I want to go there. So value bigs, I think Okafor and Kenrich would be my favorite cheap value guys. NAW for tournaments, we just don't know what the minutes are going to be like with Jrue Holiday back. Jrue Holiday and Ingram are okay. I'm probably going to avoid Jrue Holiday. Ingram's okay. Lonzo I still kind of like here at 6.9K, and that's kind of it. So let's move on to San Antonio. The Spurs are a team that usually I don't get too excited about, but on a short slate, these guys are in play. Aldridge and DeRozan just seem a little underpriced here at 7.2 and 7.1. If you're going to make me choose between these two, I think I'd slightly lean towards Aldridge. I think the floor is a little bit higher, and the ceiling's also a little bit higher on him. So, I think Aldridge is very viable here at 7.2K. DeRozan, if you want to go there, you definitely can. DeJounte Murray, 5.9K. It's just the minute. They're limiting his minutes. Popovich said he's going to be on 20 to 25 minute limit. So, yeah, it's tough. Can he get you there in that time? Yes, we saw it, right? In the first couple of games, he got over 40 fantasy points in 24 minutes of action. So he's definitely still in play, but it's just he's not going to play huge minutes. The matchup also not necessarily the best. Might get some Patrick Beverley defense. So, yeah, it's kind of tough. Probably going to avoid him on the short slate. The secondary pieces not super high on, Rudy Gay, Derek White are okay. Bryn Forbes at 4.1K. If you think he can keep up that hot streak, you can definitely go there. I got Trey Lyles, I think, solid at 3.5K. He's probably going to play 20, maybe 25 minutes, and I just like the price on him. So, I think he's one of the better value plays of the slate. Jakob Poeltl at 3.5K as well. I'm a little worried because the Clippers like running small ball, so maybe Poeltl only gets 10 minutes or so. So that is a slight concern, and I think that's why I would lean towards a guy like Trey Lyles. But that's basically it for the Spurs. So really for me, targeting-wise, it's Aldridge at the top here, and then it's kind of Trey Lyles, and that's really it. Forbes, White, Gay are okay. DeJounte Murray, just the minutes right, and then DeRozan is okay if you want to go over there. Go to him over Aldridge. Finally, we got the Clippers. So, revenge game narrative here for Kawhi. There's really not a whole lot of spin ups here. Like, you can go Jokic and Kawhi. Like I said, you can definitely play both too. There are value plays on the slate. I think you can fit them in. Kawhi, we know the upside's there. The price is, I think he's a little underpriced. I think he's like a 10K player. So I do like Kawhi as a spend up. If you're going to make me choose between Kawhi and Jokic, I'm going to lean towards Jokic just because of the better matchup. But like I said, you can definitely play both. There are value plays, right? I talked about those cheap Denver guys. Talked about a couple, those cheap Pelicans bigs. So there are cheap guys on the slate where you can build a stars and scrubs lineup if you want to. Lou Williams, always a guy that's going to be shoot the ball a ton when he's out there. Probably going to play 30 minutes. Again, the matchup against the Spurs not necessarily the best. With Kawhi being back, that's a slight hit to him. But I still think he's in play for GPPs because if he's knocking down threes, we know Lou has like 40, 50 fantasy point upside. Now, Montrezl Harrell is a guy that will probably play close to 30 minutes. He's an energy guy, right? He'll fill up the stat sheet at 6.4K. I don't think that price is coming up in him enough. So I still think he's pretty solid in the mid-range. As far as the cheap guys, Pat Beverly's okay. Probably going to play 30 minutes or so. I don't think he has huge upside, but he's viable. Like Shamet, don't know if I want to go there. Zubac's interesting in GPPs. He's not going to play big minutes, but he's a guy that can get you there in like 15 to 20 minutes at 3.9K. So don't mind taking a shot there for GPPs. A guy like Harkless, Patterson, JaMychal Green, McGruder. I don't know if I want to go there with Kawhi back. I think I prefer some other value plays, right? Those Denver guys, those Pelicans bigs. There's a couple of those like Atlanta guys we can take shots on with Trae Young out. So, really, I'm not super high on these Clippers cheap pieces. But I think that's basically it, guys. So again, if you have been enjoying the content so far, I would really appreciate it if you'd like this video and subscribe if you haven't. If you want to get into the giveaway, all you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. It's one entry in the giveaway. I will be live streaming probably 30 minutes before lock tomorrow for this short 3-game slate, so be sure to check out the live stream. I'll be live streaming here on YouTube. It's also important to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below. I'll give my thoughts as we get more injury news. And please, no more tilting for me. Like, no injuries, no BS blowouts. I'm really hoping for some better luck because it's been a rough stretch, honestly, guys. This last week and a half, I've had some really bad luck. So hopefully it can turn around here for the short 3-game slate. So thanks again for coming to check out the video, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys later.